When it comes to any battle royale game, third parties are inevitable. Once you finish fighting an enemy squad, there's always another one to take you down before you can heal back up. This video will go over distinct approaches on how to prevent and counter third parties in battle royale games. And if you like how that sounds, consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. It helps me out more than you might think, so if you enjoy this type of content, please consider doing so. Dealing with third parties is a skill that you will have to learn, and it's one that you will continue to learn throughout your playtime in battle royale games. However, it is important to be pushed in the right direction, and I don't mean by an enemy squad, so I hope my advice can aid you in dealing with third parties. Before we can get into how to prevent and counter third parties, we need to understand how they occur. First off, the phrase third party when used in gaming is when you are fighting an enemy squad and another enemy team strolls up and begins a secondary fight against you or the enemy team you are fighting. This can also occur after you have just finished a fight, and any teams that arrive after this third party will be labeled as 4th, 5th, 6th, and so on parties. Generally speaking though, when players hear gunshots from a distance away, they push towards that location 99% of the time, and this correlates to heavily trafficked areas being notorious for third parties, especially choke points. Also, third parties are normally easy kills for those who are doing the third partying. This causes players to wait a fight out just to grab some easy kills on unsuspecting and weakened victims. After that quick synopsis of third partying, we for the most part know how they happen and when they occur. With this information, we should be able to prevent them almost entirely, right? Sort of. For a good majority of the time though, you can avoid third parties altogether through various methods and game knowledge. So let's talk about different ways you can prevent a third party from happening in the first place. First and foremost, sometimes it is better to not take the fight and wait it out yourself. You would mainly want to do this in a highly populated and or trafficked area. Otherwise, you risk being jumped by another squad mid or post fight, which adds more to the chaos. Something else to note is how players are drawn towards gunshots in battle royales. Like I said earlier, those bloodthirsty veterans cannot get enough kills to soothe their psychotic needs, so they will push anything and everything just for that adrenaline rush. So if you do ever get in a fight and finish a squad, you can't really prevent this, but more so you can prepare for it. To do so, you need to finish your current fight as quickly as possible, giving you enough time to loot up, heal up, shield swap, and not be surprised by an oncoming third party. In this time frame too, the squad that is currently pushing you might chicken out based off of how quickly you finish your current fight, because they know that by the time they get there, you and your squad will be healed up and ready to roll, waiting to fight again. In hindsight, after playing so many games, you cannot always prevent a third party, but you can counter them. Through a third party's definition, I mentioned that when a squad intervenes in your current fight, it adds more madness to the equation, but you can use this to your advantage. As the third party occurs, you want to do your best to get away from the fight, and this is mostly possible when the other team is the one specifically targeted by the third party. Now, I don't mean run a mile and a half away. Get back, get to cover, and get out of the fight far enough away so you're no longer fighting. That way you have time to back off, heal up, reload, and then just get back into the engagement once one of the other teams is eliminated or close to being eliminated. What you are doing here is third partying the third party, and you can continue to do this just as long as you're able to get away safely with your entire squad, because once you are down a man, you probably should have just fought it out instead. Now, this is not always true, but for the most part, it is. Another strategy to counter third parties is to fight smart. If you are in an advantageous position, the third party is most likely going to attack the team at a disadvantage so they can get quick kills and get out. It is very easy for you to be tempted to drop down and join in on the fight during this process, though there is a time and place for everything. And right now, this is not the time for that. Though you would want to drop down if you notice there are knocks on both teams, and it would be even better if one of the two were eliminated and the surviving squad also had knocked teammates. This would make this push a no-brainer, giving you and your team free kills and amazing loot in the making. As I stated earlier though, if you notice there might be another squad in the area approaching, a fourth party, stay put and let the fourth party fight the third party, and so on if that is the case. You cannot win if you are dead, but you can die even without fighting. This makes for very situational moments in the game, but your decision making needs to be spot on to perfect this. Regardless of who you are though, You will never be right 100% of the time, and even when you may think you are right, you may just be getting lucky through another team's bad decision making, though that may also be predicted, so it is a very convoluted topic to discuss in the first place. In the end, there are lots of variables to consider when preventing or countering third parties. There are times where you may enable one by not being mindful of your surroundings, and there are other times where you have done just about everything in your power to prevent and counter one, yet you still end up dying from that nasty third party. You just love to see it. Thank you all so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, comment down below different approaches you take in preventing and countering third parties. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more videos just like this, because I've been Gamer. I'll see you all next time. Peace!